This is a machine shop where we make the things we have to make and repair the things we have to repair. And we make things like this. You asked earlier if we have to make things. These were rotted and broken, so we had to make these at the foundry and then machine them and drill them and fit them. We had to make new plugs for the water jackets. You know, a lot of machine work goes into these old things because you can't buy anything for them.
This is the head?
These are the cylinder blocks for the Mosier.
Block.
Yep. And so a lot of whatever is rotted or broken to the point where it can't be reused, we have to make new. And then of course there are considerations of cosmetics. So if anything's badly damaged or been hammered on or gouged or rotted, we have to deal with that. We have to make it look like new. You know, the gas tank's got dirt in it and the ignition isn't working right and the carburetor has some dirt in it, you know. So the whole thing needs to be made serviceable. And brakes, of course, you need to make sure you have good brakes, make sure you don't have a brake hose about to break, let go and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, when one of these cars comes in, it's always a 30-day process. It's often a 60-day process, and it's sometimes a 90-day process to get it all sorted out and made operable and safe and you know, reliable.
So what do we have here, Bob?
Well, this is a Kissel. I'm embarrassed to say I'm not exactly sure what year it is. I think it's a 27. And it was overhauled by an older gentleman who was reasonably competent, and he got most of it right, but it had a wrist pin work its way out of the piston and gouge a cylinder wall. So the owner of the car, it developed this noise, and by then the old guy who had restored it was retired and no longer working on old cars, and so he brought it in here and we'll repair his engine noise for him.
And not a restoration, just repair the engine and send it back.
Send it back to him, yeah. This is a car that we restored years ago, and it's here for event preparation. It's going up to Pebble Beach, where it has never been. It's a fascinating car. It's a 1939, believe it or not.
39?
1939 Coachcraft Roadster.
Wow.
It's the only car.
Is this the original body?
Yes.
That's
original
amazing.
white, original color, original interior, or, you know, original carpet colors. We had, it was well enough preserved that we knew all the colors, and so we were able to replicate it exactly. Right. The hubcaps, for example, were spun individually, made new for this car. They're not hubcaps from some other car.
No, I don't see any door handles here. How do you open the door?
No, you open the door from inside. And it never had a top. It's a very Spartan, very austere design. And you know, that's one of the things that makes it so charming. This is our 1959 Ferrari that belongs to my wife and me, and we've had it for many, many years, and we're now sort of getting to work on it. It's painted, and the headliner's in it, and the chassis is all back together, and the suspension is all together, and the gas tank's in it. And so we're progressing as time allows.
It looks like it's coming along. The engine is in?
Yeah, well, not for permanent, because we're just fitting things right now, but
okay.
We have new wheels for it, we have new wiring for it, we have new steering. You know, we have, it might even be fair to say that it's further along than it looks. This is a little 1933 Ford hot rod, belongs to my wife and me, and we don't know when it was built, but it was built many years ago. For example, when we replaced the top, we've had it for many years, but we replaced the top a few years ago, and when we were taking the old original top out, it had 1962 newspaper in it. so you know, we know that it was built as early as 62 with a chopped windshield and all of it the way it is. But it's one of those cars that I like because it's not so shiny and beautiful that you're afraid to use it. My daughter and I like to go on hot rod runs, and you know, we almost never put the top up.